Hello everyone, I'm back again, and this time we're going into a different topic. We're going to talk about Ansible. Yes, I'm aware of the shenanigans of Red Hat, but Ansible is a very powerful tool which we will talk about, and we're going to use Ansible to automate the deployment of this application which I created here on GitHub. Now this will be used to blink an LED, as we can go here, and if we go to app.py, this is pretty much the same code that we ran before. But this time, however, we're going to use Ansible in some of our steps. So, Ansible is, as you can see, automation for everyone. Now, this is used to automate, for example, installations or automating any kind of applications that we're creating. And in this case, that's what we're going to do with our application. Now, to install Ansible, you'll have to install based on the OS that you may have. For example, these are for Fedora, OpenSUSE, and Ubuntu. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to install Ansible on your own PC, and I'll link my GitHub repo so you can follow along. Now, once you have Ansible installed, we go to Terminal, and and you can check that it's been installed by doing this. And as you can see, it has given us the version as well as the Ginger version. So if you see this or something similar to this, then we're ready to go. So let's get started. Alright, so let's get back to our terminal. Now, as you can see, I've already installed Ansible on my PC. So, in order to get familiarized with Ansible, I created a few Ansible playbooks. So you do ls, and we're going to look at the first one I ever made. So let's go to Sublime, and you'll see this is the most basic playbook here. So we have 3 hyphens. And here we have a name. In this case, the name is showfax. Then we have hosts. I'll talk more about this in a bit. Now, this references the hosts in our host file, which I'll show you. In this case, it's just localhost. Localhost will work with Ansible. And here we have our tasks. So we have the name of the task, which is display IPv4 address. And we're going to debug, which means we're going to display to the terminal, and the message will be addresses ansiblefax.default IPv4 address. So it will look into the Ansible fax and look for the IP address, which in this case is default IPv4. To run a playbook, run Ansible and then the name of it. So in this case, first playbook.yaml. Then we'll press enter. It's gathering facts, and there we go. So it displayed the IP address. So this is how it would work. Now, let's take a look at an example host file. So we Ansible hosts. So here we have the host file. So as you can see, these are just example ones. Now I use this for an example application. So if you saw my Ansible Flask videos with the 2 Pi zeros, I actually created 2 hosts, Linus and Fiona, with the IP address is listed here, and the Ansible user will be Pi. And the reason I had it used as Pi is we need the same usernames for each one. So if we had different usernames, then I'd have to change this. But this will work much better because that way we can reference the hosts. Now let me show you an example of another one. So if we go here, now if you want to know, I created one called Flask App 2. So if we go here, so here we have another example. So we have a Flask example. I run an executable. Then I run the built-in script. I use Python 3 as the executable. And then I have the output as a register. And then I reference this register as a variable with std out lines. This means this will run the application. So this will run this application here that I created. However, we will be using this with our LED blink application. So this is only useful if we are connecting remotely, which we aren't going to. But if you would like to, there are other tutorials that will show you how to connect Ansible to your various external hosts, whether you're using virtual machines or in this case Raspberry Pis. I should note you should also copy the RSA key, the SSH RSA key, to both Pis or whatever virtual machines you're using, so that way you have access to them, because if you don't, the script will not work. So that's it for this setup and demo. And in the next video, we will actually use Ansible to automate our Docker build, Docker run, as well as our Docker tag and push. So see you next time.